They're Milo and Margo, just playing, having fun, like two young dogs. Good boys. Good boys. They're biting each other, but they don't bite hard. They're buddies. They're buddies. It's Margo on the bottom, Milo on top. They're having a grand old time playing. Yesterday I took them in the Jeep, first time. I had to go fuel up the Jeep, and you know, I forgot. I thought they were just like my dogs from the past, where they just lay down. But in the beginning, even with my dogs, you have to chain them in their areas. You know, have a leash connected to them. So I had to pull over at some point and then connect that leash to each dog so they wouldn't drift into the front and bother me when I'm driving and stuff like that. Milo was in the front seat and Margo was in the back. Went through the district, took it right through the district, and went to get fuel at 7-Eleven. Burned up my $50 credit. The Jeep is full all the way to the top, and I filled up some of my containers, so I'll be putting fresh gasoline in both of my motorcycles, my dirt bike and my street bike. Fresh gasoline inside of the Can-Am Maverick. There'll be fresh gasoline for the two generators, so it's kind of nice to have that fresh gas. My street bike, when I took it out last time, it was screaming for fresh fuel. Even though the fuel inside that bike is only, you know, it's not that old, but it's screaming. It needs fresh fuel to run correctly. So once you put in fresh fuel, it's good. Good boys. Just having a good old time, huh? We're gonna do a light workout here. Just a good old light workout. I've been feeding both dogs up here too. They get along good. I got the food put. No, don't go up there. I got the food put away now so they don't fight over it. Their toys are put away. I don't want them to fight. So I put that stuff away, even though I think they're past that stage now. I think they don't really care if there's food out. Margo doesn't. Been feeding them chicken and their dry food. They love it. Both dogs. I've been shopping for another dog at the Animal Foundation, and no such luck so far. There's one down there that looks pretty good. It looks more like a German Shepherd. There's certainly German Shepherd in it, and and Husky in it, Siberian Husky. And it's a pretty good looking dog, but it's a little small. It's about 55 pounds. You know, looking to get something that's 65 or bigger. Male. Females are cool too, but you know, I decided I want to get males this run. Some of my favorite dogs have been females, so don't get me wrong. Just that they're smaller. They're 50 pounders. You know, last time I checked, there wasn't any good ones down there at all. as far as females. Not very many of them. I think most people, I would say that when people go down there and adopt, they gravitate toward the females more than the males, from what I see. When I went to pick up Margo, man, this one girl was down there picking up a, it's like a bulldog. And man, you know, when it was breathing, it's like, man, I have no compunction to have a dog that sounds like that. And, you know, when you take it for a walk, I mean, you have to walk slow. With these dogs, you walk fast, brisk, run, as a matter of fact. There are places during the run, our walk, that uphill and stuff like that, I'll run up the hill. Got to keep your road work in. I don't know what my weight is. I should check it. We're just doing a light. I already did a workout this morning. I'm going to do another one here. It's about 3, a little after 3 o'clock. I go to work at about 4:30. I had they gave me a last minute catering order this morning. I had my phone on. They sent me a notification that they're gonna, there's gonna be a catering order, and I turned my phone on, and I turned it on actually, opened the app and I turned it on, and when you leave it on for like 10 minutes or whatever, somewhere under 10 minutes, boom, it flashed it to me. Bang, I took it. But I had to be ready to go in 5 minutes. They were going to have me navigate in 5 minutes. So I had to get dressed. You know, I just woke up basically. I had to get dressed. I just had to take my comb with me, take a bottle of water with me, make sure I had both phones, you know, that type of shit, watch. And it went off without a hitch. Very easy delivery. You know, it's $42. Took me, 25 minutes. You know, once I got there, I didn't have to wait very long. I'm not going to count the wait minutes. I only had to wait 10 minutes when I got there. That doesn't count. My timer starts when I pick it up and drop it off. That was a total of maybe 20 minutes of that. It was only 2 miles away. But I had allergies. It was only 2 minutes away, so it was a nice little easy 2 miles away. And I had to wait at the entrance because there was no one there. They finally let me in, and I had to wait inside for another 5 minutes. Not a big deal. They came, and this one lady wasn't able to open up the doors where they wanted to have it set up, so I set it up in their lunchroom. Gone. All these office buildings, they have like lunchrooms. There's probably, in this office building, that was Goodwill Industries that I delivered to. I mean, there's probably, I don't know, a dozen businesses in there. You know, 4 floors, and Goodwill Industry has quite a few of the office spaces in there. That's, that place where people donate their clothing. Isn't it something? They donate, they don't have to pay for their goods. They just have to pay for their stores and their help. But all the stuff that they sell has been given to them. And then they sell it at reasonable prices, you know what I'm saying? Even though Goodwill prices are higher than your average thrift store or Save More or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, just doing a little light tapping on the bags here. The only reason I pulled up the camera is because I wanted to show you the dogs, playing with each other. So it was kind of cool. They don't like, I think the sound that they don't like is that creaking sound. That's the, these are supported by a chain, and the chain wraps around the beam, and on the corners of the beam where the chain touches, there's aluminum. So when this iron chain and aluminum rub against each other, they make that noise. It's been a very nice, unusually, unseasonably cool day, about 80 degrees. So the dogs have been outside all day. I mean, pretty much all afternoon, let's just say that. And I decided to let them up here for a little bit before I go to work, back. I got the phones covered. Hey, get out of there. He wants to chew. I got the TV remote hidden underneath the pillow so they can't find it. Margo. I got all, it'll take me more time to get things to where he can't chew on anything. There has been no issues yet. You have to make it so that you have to make it so there can't be any issues. Oh, that's my boss. That's Milo. Milo, not Marlo. Milo, Margo. Milo, Margo. Good boy. Good boys. Good boys. Two of my babies. Good boys. Yeah, they had a good old time in the Jeep. I just had to secure. I had leashes made already, you know, for my other dogs, and I ended up tying them off to the seats so they can only go so far. Or they can't, you know, intercross with each other. They could, they didn't, but they were both in the front seat with me when I was driving, and they could have fought, but they didn't. They're buddies. So, and if they fight, they can come over to my side. So you have to have them chained in until they know the routine of where their space is. Not chained in, leashed in. It's not a chain, it's a leash. But yeah, that's what we did. We tied the two clips position, you know what I'm saying? They can interact with each other, but that's it. Not going face to face. And plus they can go to their window and stick their head out the window and stuff like that. We had Milo in the front seat. They're both males. For some reason I always say she. They're both males. And Milo's probably about 65, 67 pounds, I would say. And then, of course, Margo was 77 pounds. So he's about 10 pounds bigger or more, maybe 12 pounds bigger. Strong, big chest on Margo. I would say almost for certain he's probably got some German Shepherd in him. So he is a King Shepherd, essentially. Not a 50-50 blend or anything, I wouldn't think. I wouldn't know. I'm not an expert on it, but his head is wider than Margo's here. They both have long, pointy ears, but Margo's head is wider. They get along. Do this stuff. They love seeing play. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna lift some weights again. I tell you what, lifting weights is like night and day, gentlemen. If you're thinking about lifting some weights, thinking, well, what's it gonna do for me? It does a lot for you. It tightens you up very nicely. I mean, I see 100%, 1,000% difference since I've been lifting. I've been lifting for probably 3 months now, so 2-a-days, and it tightens you up very nicely. Yeah, you don't have to do a ton of it either. You know, between my road work and the lifting and the striking and the kicks and you know, everything. You know, the chin-ups. There's a few other things I can add in, but my twisting motion with the weights. Oh man, I feel great. Had a pretty good rest this afternoon. Got up early. I got up at like 5:30, 5 o'clock, I think. And then that catering order came in about 6:20. In 5 minutes, I was ready to go, and boom, it said start navigating. But I was ready. I was walking out the door already. So, but I didn't even comb my hair or anything. You know what I mean? So I had to take the comb with me. And I did. Everything went off without a hitch. I know how to get out of here quickly now. You gotta make sure you have both your phones and stuff. Sometimes, and your car keys, your Tesla key card. It's like a credit card per se. You know, I carry that on my neck all the time. I used to leave it on the floor, but now it's in the drawer. So when you open the drawer, when it's on the floor, you can see it plain as day, but when it's in the drawer, even though there isn't very many items in that drawer, I mean, I got my jewelry in there and a chain, just a few other things. It's hard to see it, to remember to put it on and take it. I left the house twice without the key card. Sometimes, invariably, the catering order, when you go to navigate, invariably, you're going to have to reboot your phone. Okay? For some reason, the app freezes, so you have to reboot. And I have other apps that the same thing happens. I have to reboot them quite frequently. And when you're rebooting, if you're walking to your car and you got stuff in your hands, if you got that key card on your chest, all you have to do is lean against the B pillar, boom, it opens up the car. Instead of reaching in your wallet for your key card, reaching in your pocket. But anyways, yeah, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful night for work. Anyways, I'm gonna let you go. Short video. It's too long, probably 25 minutes.